going to show you how to make a 3D map from nothing at all using a 3D printer and just a regular old computer. So at night I build Star Wars props, but during the day, I guess I pay for the Star Wars printing by being a geology professor. This is one of our printers right here, and it is a Bambu X1 Carbon with 3 AMSs. There's actually room for a 4th one. We just haven't plugged it up, strangely because we don't have enough tubing for it, but I need to order that. Anyway, look, you can print 3D maps and you can do it for anywhere you want. Let me show you how to do that. First, you're gonna need this program from QGIS. It's free. All right, so that opens up this GIS project. So what we need to download to go into the software is called a digital elevation model. And you can get these for free, and there's a lot of different places. I'll show you my favorite one. And we're gonna get the digital elevation model. You can think of it as a digital map. We're gonna get one for my hometown of Anniston, Alabama. It's not where I live now, it's where I grew up though. So we're gonna download that. So we're gonna go to this LiDAR Explorer. Scroll on down to where we wanna go. Woo. Right there. 30-meter resolution. And that's the smallest. That's probably what I want. You're not gonna be able to tell the difference. So I'm gonna get that 30-meter resolution DEM. You might be asking, why don't we get the highest resolution one in there? You're not gonna be able to see it when it gets printed. So you're really just downloading, that's a 4 gigabyte file. When I could download a 350 megabyte file. So no one's gonna see once we get it in the software and then print it right over there. You'll never know. All right, there's my downloads. I'm just gonna take these bad boys, drag them over. There is my map. That's my DEM. All right, so you can see all the features I care about. This is actually a bigger area than I really want. The tool we're gonna use, you have to enable first. So if you go to plugins, manage plugins, you'll see that there's this DEM to 3D. Once you turn that on, you'll go up here to raster, DEM to 3D, and you get the dialog to pop up. That's what we're gonna use right there. So if you click that right there, you can pick exactly the area that you want to turn into a 3D map. And when you're good with it, you can go in here. Spacing needs to be about 0.2. And then you can start setting the widths. My printer is 250 by 250, so maybe the width I want to be about 180. All right, 180 millimeters. That means that the length is 241, less than the size of my printer. And then I get this thing right here, vertical exaggeration. That's important. All right, vertical exaggeration is if you take a map and you think about how high a mountain is. Mountains aren't really as high as they are spatially extensive, right? The distance, like 1 mile, is a long distance compared to how high some features can be. So if we really want to see this, we're gonna have to add vertical exaggeration. Here's the thing. We can add more vertical exaggeration once we get it into Bambu and make the topography really jump. So I'm gonna pick a vertical exaggeration of 4, kind of arbitrarily. So let's do vertical exaggeration 4. We can make it less in Bambu if we want to make it look more realistic. So it won't take more than a few minutes to compile that if you've got a moderately fast computer. Then we're just gonna take that file and drop it over into Bambu. So if you're not using a Bambu printer, or you're not using a printer that has what's called an AMS, or an automated material system that can print in different colors, you're kind of done. And you can print your topography in 1 color. I'll also tell you this, if you don't have something that can print in multiple colors, you can change the filament as you go along. Hey, it's done. You can change the filament color and you'll get the different elevations in different colors. But with a Bambu, we can do that really quickly in Bambu Studio. It's gonna pop up and we can color the different layers. So I'm gonna leave I'm gonna choose the brown, and then I'm gonna choose this height range, and I can color, by bumping that up, big swaths of this different colors. So I'm gonna color everything down under the ground There it is. Come on, that's cool. This is where I grew up. So I grew up in Oxford, Alabama. Actually grew up right out here. Anniston, Alabama is right there. This is Coldwater Mountain. And over here, this is Choccolocco Mountain. So if you're familiar, if you've ever heard of Jacksonville State University, it's sitting up here in the town of Jacksonville, Alabama. So there's Choccolocco Mountain. And this is the Talladega National Forest. Highest point in the state down here is Mount Cheaha. But yeah, this is pretty easy. If you know how to use GIS software and a 3D printer, and you can make your own topographic 3D model of where you, let's say where you're at, but really anywhere you want. It's kind of fun.